God damn it!
So after 7 long years, The Boys has finally come to an end, and it's getting clowned on pretty hard. So the episode starts out with Frenchie getting a bootleg funeral. Rest up, my nigga. And half of his final memoir literally consists of talking very intimately about the entire groups, including the men's.
Spread the cheeks like the booty hole.
And funny enough, I actually thought it was pretty in character, but I can see how some people may have thought the humor was distasteful. So then Homelander pulls up on Ryan and he's like, can you holler at your boy? Like, I'm about to be God up in here and you playing games. And then Ryan's all like, can you literally get up out my face? And he starts reading this man foreface.
Get fucked.
For a split second, I'm thinking Ryan's about to get his world rocked, but Homelander just bounces like booty cheeks. So now Kimiko is mute again. The Gen V cast is literally just there for decoration. Meanwhile, in the White House, Ashley gets Demented nigga, I don't know his name, a premium Skull Island ball gag for activities.
Delicious, steaming hot bag.
And they had to act this out, by the way, just so y'all know. So Sage is talking all that good and rage baiting Kimiko, who then blasts the black off of her because she has Soldier Boy's powers now, because why not?
Dermatologist tested.
And now she's like, great, I can ride the short yellow bus with the rest of y'all. Thanks. Back at the White House, Deep, who at this point we may as well call Deep Throat considering how much he likes to gargle Homelander's dung. Groveling, bootlicking, basically begging to even just be able to floss with one of Homelander's pubes, to which Homelander proceeds to break him off the ultimate disrespect and verbally sodomize him until he eventually goes off to cry somewhere. I'm not joking. So as Homelander's giving his big coming of Christ speech, the boys are able to infiltrate the White House because who needs security, right? And then Homelander starts geeking out at the word father. So the boys end up running into Deep Throat, who's sitting there crying like a gink. I told you so. And Fish for Brains here is like, ah yes, all the years of disrespect, I knew he didn't mean it. This is just a test of my strength. And Starlight's just like, God, this nigga ain't about nothing, just go. And she blasts him to his turf without knowing about his problems with the sea animals. So they run into Demented nigga, and Huey is like, hey, I'm so smart, I can shoot out the smoke detector. And so they do that, and they're able to distract Demented nigga with Huey's impeccable butcher expression, might I just say. And so Deep, still crying, by the way, is all like, oh, boo-hoo, how dare you make me take accountability? I was an alpha, now I'm a beta. You women deserve less. Starlight is like, can you literally just let your balls hang and take some accountability, which causes Deep to crash out. So the boys run into Demented again, and right as he's about to scream the house down, gags him with the ball gag and his cherry pops. I swear this boy Huey's steak getting sprayed by somebody's innards. Homelander is mid-speech when Butcher suddenly pulls up and is like, holler at your boy. So Homelander starts lasering and Butcher hits him with his testicle out the tentacle, and they're tussling, and then Homelander hits Butcher with a mean right hook. Each Starlight and Deep are still throwing hands, to which me personally, she wasn't utilizing her Starlight enough. And she throat guts that nigga and then throws him into the water. Now all the sea animals are like, oh, bet we told you not to pull up around here, but now we got to slide on you on dead homies. And he tries to swim away, but he's not very fast. And then he's ultimately killed off by a kraken going somewhere. The Homelander and Butcher are still scrapping. Butcher hits Homelander with a mean headbutt, and Homelander banks him upside his head. So Butcher gets him on the ground, and he's like, bow, 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 and Homelander's like, slide to the left. And he hits Butcher with a mean right hook again. So he tries to flee because that's typically what you do when the fight starts getting too real, to which Ryan comes out of nowhere and intercepts him. And yes, the same guy who could keep up with A-Train and get across the room in a blink of an eye couldn't get out of this one. And then Homelander's like, little nigga, you'll get tore up. Ryan charges and Homelander tags him dead in his jaw. Butcher and Ryan start mollywopping him, but Kimiko is still not powered up, to which Butcher is like, can you smoke this nigga homie? She starts seeing Frenchie, and with the power of dead homie magic and friendship, her tits start glowing and she's able to blast Homelander. When Homelander comes to, he's horrified to find that his creative mode has been turned off. So now he's like, well damn, this is a little bit embarrassing. He attempts to rush Butcher and get a fast one on him, but he fails miserably. Horrible form. And Butcher just starts giving it to him. I'm talking everybody W. The man Homelander doesn't even attempt to put up a defensive position because the nigga don't know how to fight. So Butcher's just absolutely rocking this dude's stuff, and he knocks him flat on his behind, and Homelander starts actually crying. I'm so serious. I'm talking sobbing, in shambles. So now the man is begging for his life, and he's like, I'll do whatever you want. I'll just let him say it.
Suck your dick, please. I'll do anything. You want to eat shit? I'll eat fucking shit.
People start getting up and leaving for some reason. I would have been sad. So then Homelander's like, Your Honor, you can't do this.
You can fucking do this. You can fucking do this.
When can I leave to be on my own?
And Butcher's like, nigga, please, you won't open like a coconut, and that's the end of the Homelander.
If you ever crack open a coconut and find a thick jelly inside...
So Butcher and Ryan are just two regular dudes now. And Butcher's like, well, since we're regular,
We can all live together.
And Ryan's like, man, I'm cool off of you for real. So then Butcher's like, well, damn, at least I still have my dog, but he doesn't have that either because that nigga died. So now Butcher's like, well, massacre. So Butcher swings over to Bot with the soup virus and telling him to spread it all over campus and murk everybody. And Huey follows him, completely alone. And he's like, well, damn, maybe I should have brought some people, but he did bring a strap, so I'll give him that much. So Butcher's like, little boy, please, you ain't got the balls to shoot me. So they start scrapping, and Huey, bless his heart, tries to land a few punches, but Butcher eats them. So Butcher's standing over him, about to release the virus. He starts seeing his dead brother in Huey and starts to feel bad. And right as he starts rethinking, Huey smokes him right in the fallopian tubes. Huey starts feeling bad, and he's like, damn, my bad, bro. And Butcher's just like, you know what? It's cool. I wasn't going to stop no how you did what you had to do. And then he dies. And it was a very well done scene. Very emotional. On the epilogue, Kimiko goes to France in honor of Frenchie, which I'm still pissed off that they didn't get their happy ending. Adopts Ryan, which is absolutely adorable. Huey goes back to his roots, right back at the tech store that first started it all, and we find that Annie is with child. I guess to make up for the first one that they did away with. But then she takes off into the sky like Iron Man, which is still so hard, but like that could not have been fun for the child. Also, I guess she can just casually be out in society again after being campaigned as a terrorist for the past 2 years. So I guess we just switch positions like Ariana Grande in this universe. And then, yeah, that's it. Now, I personally actually thought it was a pretty solid wrap up. But one main critique that I can't get behind is that the build up to Homelander's ultimate demise was pretty underwhelming, especially because they played up the whole scorched earth thing, but honestly, I don't even think anybody's pubes got scorched in that final battle. Like, I think they could have really showed more of like him powering up to God level after injecting himself with the V1, murking more people, and now that, like, who's gonna stop him? So overall, obviously, the series isn't perfect. It has its flaws and everything, but it's a pretty solid watch.